there's this white TikToker on YouTube, and she decided to analyze what she calls hood prom, um, videos as well as black teenagers getting ready for one of the biggest nights in their lives. Big shout out to Melisina Blayton. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being the first person to contribute to the super chat. If you could, I'm gonna say your name. If you contribute to the super chat, I'm gonna say your name. Okay. You don't owe me anything. I don't tell anybody to give me any money. I'm saying, but if you contribute to the super chat, you are the VIP. So shout out to you, Melisina. You are the first VIP of this occasion. So, but anyway, back to the hood. Back to the hood prom. So you got this white chick on TikToker, and instead of just saying she doesn't like it, she dressed it up like it's some social science or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and break that down the way only the Blizzard King can. She's claiming that these kids are spending tens of thousands of dollars on prom instead of preparing for college, as if you can only do one at a time. She says prom for black girls, right? So she bringing us in it, right? All in our business. Somebody type our business in the chat room. She says black girls, this prom is basically a stand-in for marriage, because in her little small insignificant opinion, there's no way they're going to get married ever. And so this is just basically and that all of this ties to the whole thing about what she calls the single baby mama culture, that apparently, according to her, is only a black problem, only a black people problem. And let's be clear about what it is. This is not an analysis, and it's definitely not concerned. She don't give a damn about black people, and then you can tell I said it. And it's not even curiosity. Okay, that it's a racial narrative being pushed with a straight face, because what she's really doing is taking a moment of visibility, young black people looking good, celebrating themselves, showing pride, and reframing it as dysfunction. That's all she's doing. And she's not asking questions. She's not assigning motives. She's telling you what our children are doing, and what these kids are doing, and what she thinks they should be doing, without knowing them, without knowing any data, and without any accountability. And here's where it gets even more revealing. The same woman, the same little white woman, she's making an argument. She was raised by a single mother. She don't know where her daddy is. Okay? But somehow in her world, single motherhood explains what's wrong with the black community, but has nothing to do with her. Okay? And that's a double standard. It's not a mistake. That's the logic working exactly how it's supposed to, because this kind of thinking isn't about prom. It's not about money. It's not even about education. It's about maintaining a worldview where black expression is always suspect and black celebration is always excessive, always. And black life is always explained as a problem, while everything else gets the benefit of nuance. And that's how you end up with people who genuinely believe they're being objective while repeating the same recycled ideas that have been used for decades, if not centuries, to justify inequality and to prop up a quiet sense of superiority. And so this is what we're going to call out today. All right. Now, of course, as always, I have some videos, and I will do my best not to yell at the screen. I have an issue with that. I know y'all know, and sometimes y'all actually like when I yell at the screen. But I'm gonna do my very best, because we got some black people here who are yelling at the screen for me, and so it saves me the opportunity of not having to do it. I'm gonna go ahead and let these videos play, and you all can check them out. And she's not the only one that's chiming in, all right? But you all check this out. Hit the #1 button if you can hear it clearly.
Is hood prom and baby mama culture are like this. You can't have one without the other. You can't have hood prom or the baby shower stuff or the gender reveals or anything like that without baby mama culture, because the reason why the dresses are so extravagant in the cars and the show and the presentation is because this is the closest these girls will ever get to being a bride. In the Black community, I'm sorry to say it, actually no, I'm not, because it's the truth, especially in lower income households, there's not as much of an emphasis on family anymore. These kids aren't getting married. They're going to be baby mamas and baby daddies, so they're never going to have a wedding. These girls are never going to walk down the aisle. Some of them probably will.
Hood things exist is because the Black community's not put enough emphasis on having a father in the home. And please know, I'm fatherless myself. This is a pot calling the kettle black situation here. I call it like I said.
Y'all see how quiet I am? Y'all see how quiet I haven't said anything? Okay, because I would say, I would stop it right here and say, she just said she doesn't have a father herself. But I'm not going to say that because you all told me not to interrupt people on the videos as if you can't go to TikTok yourself and pull these. But I'm going to go ahead and let her finish. Shout out to Passport King. Let's let her finish. I'm not going to interrupt. I'm going to let her talk.
On not having children before marriage. Put an emphasis on raising happy, healthy communities and making sure a child has 2 happy, healthy parents and 1 happy, healthy home. Because like I said in my original videos, I don't have a dad myself. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to have daddy issues have no race. And I can see daddy issues from a mile away. I can see the lack of self-worth in these girls, the lack of self-esteem, the thinking that every man is going to leave you just like my dad did. I know it because I've lived it. I know it when I see it. And I don't want that for literally.
So I tried.
See how quiet I was? I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word. Okay. So I'm going to let this young lady, since y'all want to hear the video more than me, I'm going to let this lady address her first, and maybe I'll chime in. Maybe I won't, because you all told me not to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing.
To give y'all the benefit of the doubt, but like, why? That's my genuine question. Why? Like, why do you care? My family didn't do the whole big prom thing, and it's just simply because there's more to celebrate. I was going to college. I was going, like, there were so many other things that were happening and that will happen. And I got everything I wanted for prom. But most parents are giving their kids what they ask for, what they want. Now, you ask why we celebrate and why we go so hard is because you may not get to celebrate the next.
Well, I'm going to disagree with her. And I'm a little bit more astute on the culture. Okay, but I'm going to let her finish, but I'm not interrupting. I'm letting people talk. See, I would love to just jump in here and fill this up with actual facts, but I'm not, because you all have told me not to say anything. So I'm going to be quiet. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to be quiet on my own broadcast. That's what I'm doing.
And I know y'all don't like when we talk about slavery, but there was a time when our people were enslaved. And then there was a time when our people were discriminated against and attacked and then sminched. Like, there was so many times where we've been attacked as a marginalized group where you celebrate when you have the moments too. I don't think you get it. And you saw she went on her rant and she started talking about her dad. Girl, you got some more healing to do. As someone that's been in therapy for 10 years off and on, 11 years actually off and on, yeah, you got some work to do, baby. You bleeding on people that didn't cut you. And I'm sorry for that. I am very, very sorry that you experienced that. But I'm going to go ahead and let you know, my dad, he is very much present in my life. If I wanted to be married, I could, as most black women. Like, we would tell you that if we really wanted to be married, we absolutely could. Our standards are raising. So I appreciate your advice, unsolicited, unnecessary, but I appreciate it. What you're telling us to do, we're already doing, baby. I do wish you healing, and I wish you to, let go of that hurt that your dad gave. So when the man finally does enter that you're waiting for, you can truly appreciate him so you don't get a divorce in 3 years. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, proud of me. I didn't say nothing the whole video. I let it just roll. I let it roll, baby. Got this fresh new haircut. I'm quiet. That's what you wanted, huh? You don't want me to say nothing. I'm going to let it, okay. All right, now, do y'all like that, or would you all like me to interrupt and cut these people off when they get to filling the airways with this foolishness? Let me know. Let me know what you want me to do, okay? Because I can be quiet, all right? I can just shut right up and not say a word, all right? Now, I think after listening to that, you all do want me to interrupt a little bit, chime in, have something to say, right? Okay, that's what I thought. Somebody said, please interrupt. All right, so let's end that conversation about what y'all want and don't want me to do. Okay, because clearly you didn't come here to just listen to some people you can hear on TikTok. So if I see in the comments section, let the video play, I'm gonna remind you of what it's like when I don't